Cal spreads his arms. But until then, we got all these guys. Who do you want to meet first? Let's go see the bristle slugs. Oh yeah, we've got a ton of them, he says. They're great, slow and gentle and easy to catch when you already know. Don't let the spikes fool you. They're actually really cuddly, and don't mind it when you pet them. It actually helps them. In the wild, they'd be scratching up on all sorts of things to knock off those itchy berries. He scrunches up his nose. They're not really berries, they're more like eggs. Well, they're like berries, though, because they're sweet. And you know what? Never mind. Rotundum animals are pretty weird. What about the float cows? Cal gestures at the herd of float cows. Here they are. Cool, right? And pretty gross. Your dad laughed at me when I called their milk their pee, but, like, it's not milk, you know? He makes a face. I guess it's not any weirder than when people used to drink cow's milk. I mean, who's the first guy that decided to do that? Gross, right? I always thought about that, you know, that is kind of weird.
I think everyone has some kind of tough bottom. Who literally walked up to a cow and went,
Probably someone who didn't have another option, if I'm being perfectly honest.
It's possible.
We figured out that if we kept feeding them what they'd been eating during pollen, they'll keep making milk year-round, he continues proudly. It makes them heavy enough that they don't float away. Otherwise, we'd have to keep them on leads, like balloons. Sugar bugs. Cal takes you to the rows of crates where the soft, squishy sugar bugs are all clumped together in the moist muck. These guys are pretty cool, he says, picking one up. It perfectly fits in his palm. They're a colony, just like us, and if you tickle them, you get... He brushes his finger along the top of the sugar bug, and a little jet of gooey stuff comes out. Sugar bug syrup, he says. Pretty neat, right? That is... No comment. The trippets. No joke, we thought these guys were just plants for the first couple of years, Cal said. We transplanted them from the wild into the greenhouses, but I guess that was just part of their life cycle. Because it turns out they're sentient and can move around and stuff. We moved them out of the greenhouses and into the barns, but we don't really treat them differently. They still mostly just sit there. Cal giggles. Yeah, about that. We need someone to muck out the float cow stables. They might float, but their poop sure doesn't. He hands you a shovel. Have fun. Gross. You visit your mom's little garden. There's a small shrine set up in memory of her and your father. Her favorite flowers, his old boots. On Earth, they used to put whole bodies into boxes and bury them underground. The colonies always skipped the decomposition step, using a process to quickly render bodies into nutrient-rich mulch. Your mom and dad stipulated that their remains would be used here, added to the dirt they tended so lovingly in life. Sitting here felt like they could be just around the corner. You hear footsteps behind you and the creaking of the little garden gate. Cal kneels beside you and gazes at the shrine. I miss them too, he murmurs. I know I already have more parents than the average person, but your mom and dad were kind of like my parents too. They taught me everything I know about agriculture and how to care for animals. He smiles sadly. I hope I can be half the farmer they were. Fall to pieces and blubber my eyes out. Because I'd be sad. Your parents are gone, and they're not coming back. It's all too much. Most of the time you can keep it together, but then something will happen that reminds you of them, and it all comes crashing back over you, swallowing you up in grief. Cal holds you, but you don't think anything will ever make this pain go away. Thanks, friend. You and Cal sit and contemplate your parents' memorial shrine for a while longer. Eventually, Cal has to get back to work. He lets you know it's okay to take the day off if you need to. Hmm? No, apparently, I don't know. Feels like he knew my parents better than I did. Gotta get it, Cal. I was a shit daughter. You need to. +2 to cards with gems. +2 to strong cards. Only need 27, and I have a lot of 4s. So we'll go 3, 3, 4, and I can move that around. And then 4 and 4. And that'll do. Mid-wet. Anyone have anything new to say or items for me to pick up? Rex! You follow the sounds of laughter and find Nomi Nomi and Rex playing catch. Or maybe the word for the game they're playing is more like fetch. Nomi throws the ball as far as they can and Rex tears after it, climbing and leaping over anything in his way like it's not even there. Rex hands the ball back to Nomi, and Nomi winds up to throw again. But at the last second, they palm the ball and hide it under their arm. Rex barrels off away from Nomi with his ground-eating strides and gets pretty far away before he stops and looks around confused. He looks back at Nomi, who rackles the ball at him, and bursts out laughing. "Nomi," he shouts, running back to them. He picks them up, hauls them over his shoulder, and Nomi shrieks with delight as Rex spins them around. 2 Helio kids. Hey, stop chewing on that. 2 Helio kids in their crisp uniforms pass by, glaring archly at Nomi and Rex. Leave it alone. Rex sets Nomi down and then spots you over Nomi's shoulder. "Well, hey, it's Fish," he says. And Nomi turns around and gives you a stunningly bright smile. Rex slings his arm over Nomi, and Nomi lays their head on his shoulder. They're both breathless and beaming with happiness. "No." 1 second, chat. Did I miss something? Are you two dating? Rex and Nomi look at each other and make twin sounds of disgust. "What? No, not at all," Rex exclaims. Nomi's practically my sibling. He tightens his grip around Nomi's shoulders. "I mean, I love them, I really do, but not like that." Nomi sticks their tongue out. "I don't like anyone like that," they add. "But I love Rex too. He's my best friend." "Aw, buddy," Rex coos, and wraps his whole body around Nomi's small one. He kisses them noisily on the cheek, snuffling into their hair while Nomi shrieks with laughter again. "We were always the odd ones on the heliopods," Rex says. "People thought we were weird, you know? You probably don't see it because everyone's so awesome here, but compared to the rest of those smug, boring jerks, we really stuck out. But I'd rather be different than be like them." He looks down at Nomi, who beams up at him. "And I got to be different with my best friend, which was awesome. We just hung out together and had our own fun while everyone else trained to be a proper little soldiers. Right, Nomi?" Nomi frowns. "Like Face and all his cronies," they say quietly. "It wasn't all fun and games." Rex shushes Nomi and strokes his hand through their hair. "I know," he says, "but that's in the past. We don't have to grow up to be soldiers. We're here now. And there's so many here, so many people to be friends with here." He shoots you a smile. "Like Fish." Flirts with Nomi, no. "Yeah, I'm your friend." Rex smiles and holds his arm out to you. Group hug. Rex gives really good hugs, and Nomi is no slouch either. "Any mush logs? I would like a mush log to give to the boy." Well, I have new expeditions open, so perhaps we'll do that this month. And maybe find somewhere outside. Plains Valley Ridge. Go to the ridge. Alright. 1 second before we set out, chat. Alright. We are at the ridge. The only way into the resting ridges is by glider. Part vehicle, part kite, and all adrenaline. You land on the rocky, broken-up spine of the nearest ridge, and nearly fall over when you look down the plummeting slope into the basin below. You are a long way up. This and Utopia glide in beside you. Phew, Utopia exclaims. You handle that glider like a champ, This. You too, fish. She peers down over the slope of the ridge. A lot more exciting than these swamps, right? I want you two to stick together out here. It's dangerous in those ancient convergent domain ruins. Convergent domain ruins? You look around. The landscape is like nothing you've ever seen before. Dry, cracked soil gives way to steep cliffs, and what little vegetation here is brittle and sharp. You can feel the dry air wick away the moisture in your nose. Wait, what the heck is that? Stone structures in the distance. Well, there are buildings here in Utopia says. Traces of them anyway. Maybe 10, 20,000 years old. We sure didn't put them there. This lights up at the prospect of doing alien archaeology. We've checked them out, but not thoroughly. Most just trying to get a feel for who lived there and why they ain't here no more. Based on some glyphs, we started calling them the Convergent Domain. Whoever they were, they built these things to last, Utopia admires. That ain't just arrowheads and cave paintings. There's real architecture, machines even. Wait, what? Tell me more. I wish I had more to tell you, Utopia says. Most everything we found just poses new questions. The structures read more organic than anything. So does that mean their gene tech was super advanced? As for this place, we think it was some kind of solar network for them, she says, squinting up to 2 suns. Are you chewing on my blanket? Okay, you hook on your phone. Just let your phone into there. Here. Let me dig it out for you. There you go. Okay. Looking at it from above, you can see these big vines traveling up and down the ridges, like power lines. And there's hardly any plant life elsewise. Like they soaked up all the energy and made it a desert. But what they use that energy for, she says. And if there was a civilization so big and so advanced on Vertumna, why can't we find more traces of it? Where are the cities? What were them thumpers for? And what happened to them all? She's right, there's a lot of questions. Maybe you can help find some answers. Oh, okay. And that glowing thingy on the ground. You point it out. Utopia gives it a nudge with her foot. Beats me, she says. You are a key object. It's pulsing with light and warm to the touch. Hold up, Utopia says. Don't just go picking things up. Fish could be radioactive, you know? Utopia waves her holopalm crystal over it, then checks her interface. Only a little, she concludes. Whatever it is, it looks old. Like thousands of years old. We've been digging up glowing gadgets all over this region, but no clue what they're for. You hang on to that one, maybe you'll figure it out. And what's that crystal stuff way down below? Oh, those, Utopia says, pointing to a crystal formation so densely packed into the ravine that it looks like a sparkling river. More outcroppings of crystals decorate the slopes. They're all over the place. Be careful with them. Not sure if they're animal, vegetable, or mineral. She points off into the distance. There's a big island of them over there, like a glacier. Covers the whole damn place. Might be related to the convergent domain, but we ain't sure yet. So anyway, these ruins are the main thing we need you to survey while you're out here, Utopia says. But keep an eye out for anything else weird. Utopia claps the dust off her hands. Well, my job here is done. You're all set, kid. Try not to fall off a cliff. Dis jumps back on his glider, too. As usual, he's going to scout on ahead and catch up with you later. Cool place. That looks like a thumper. You find your way blocked by a massive wall. No, a hollow pillar, knocked over and lying on its side in the sand. It's absolutely massive. It stretches to your left and right at least 1 kilometer in each direction, though at some points it's crumbled enough that you could likely scale over it. Check it out. Hey. Dis looks giddy as you follow the pillar to its base, a large pyramid almost entirely under the sand. You brush away some of the sand and find that the pyramid is inscribed on all sides with pictures of, well, wormholes, you think. This pillar must have once stretched up into the sky. Maybe it was some kind of observatory or sacred building, or just a monument to the wormhole. Mysterious. Found a crystal cluster. The path ahead is blocked by a field of snaking vines and brambles. They're flowering, enormous, happy blossoms swaying in the shimmering heat waves. You could push through them, but your holopalm beeps a warning. A radiation warning? These flowers seem to be highly radioactive. Far too radioactive for the mild sheltering your suit provides. You might be able to pass through if you don't mind feeling the effects of radiation sickness until you can detox at medbed. Well, if it doesn't kill you outright. Radiation is unpredictable. Ooh, I kind of want to take a sample. You snag a sample you can study later in geoponics. Yeah, I'll push through it, it's fine. An hour later, you realize your mistake as the radiation illness sets in. Yuck. You'll be sick for days after this and will need radiation treatment when you return. Fuck. Whoopsies. A precarious natural land bridge drops down sharply on both sides here. You kick a rock over the side, but don't hear it hit the bottom. Do you cross? Cross the bridge very carefully. You shuffle across it slowly, examining the cracks and sticking to the solid places. You accidentally send a few more pebbles skittering over the edge and think, better them than me. And I got a new card. Woohoo!
Memories for days.
There's a strange heat haze shimmer across the path ahead. Oddly, it doesn't clear up as you get closer. The mirage effect is very strong. The refracted air makes it look like there's a pool of water on the ground and plants waving around it. But something is just off about the illusion. You can't put your finger on why. Investigate. Ooh. 5, 8, and I'll flip you 2. 2, 4, 4. The faster you move, the faster the mirage disperses. You approach cautiously. As you do, you realize what's wrong about the mirage. It's impossible. The plants on the other side of the haze are different. Not just wibbly-wobbly from the layers of air, but bigger, older, and it's a different time of day, evening, not morning. Then, you see them. It's you. Through the heat haze, you see yourself in the distance walking towards you. You move to the edge of the mirage and peek around it, but they aren't there. You can only see them through the heat haze, like it's some kind of doorway or mirror. You just stare at the figure, that person who looks and moves exactly like you. Then you both, slowly, carefully, approach the mirage. And like mirror images, you both raise one arm, your right and their left, and touch them together. Then the other you says something, but you can't hear. You can only see their lips move. Is it important? A message from the other you? You're desperate to know, but the mirage fades. Spooky. Getting a little stressed. So this will be my last thing. You investigate a weird squeaking noise, eventually following it to its source. An undulating swarm of sleek creatures are gathered on the cliff above you. You watch as they throw their tiny bodies off the edge, plummeting past you and out of sight. They scream and screech in excitement. Okay, weird. Investigate. You pick your way down the slope, finding a second herd of miraculously unharmed weasels at the bottom. As you watch them, one lands on your head and, squeaking indignantly, goes to join the rest of its kin. Ouch. You hear the flapping of wings and look up. A whole colony of pink and orange Dorbs moth clings to the rock overhead, nearly camouflaged. As the squealing of the weasels above reaches a fever pitch, the Dorbs moth relentlessly take off from the cliff and flutter around. You watch as one of the little creatures pitches off the edge of the cliff and lands square on a Dorbs moth back, sending them both plummeting to the bottom. As the large moth crashes fatally into the ground, the weasel curls its body and bounces harmlessly away, then scurries back to feed on its prey. Oh, bounce weasels. You record the screeching on your holopalm. What a noise. You are too injured to continue. You have to go home now. I got hit on the head with a weasel and sent home. Gotta keep an eye out for, watch for falling weasels. I want that on a sign. Caution, falling weasels. Okay, yeah, we need a rest. We need a big rest. We need a big eve. You spend several hours a day obsessively checking the local HoloNet for updates. With so few people in the colony, social media can be very dead. It feels like you're talking to yourself sometimes. You try to start a few conversations, but most people are busy at work or school. Glow. Cal looks troubled as you enter the gardens. "Did you hear that?" he asks, cocking his head to the side. "Usually all the critters make more noise than this. I wonder what's going on." "It stands to reason that there will be some attack this glow. There has been in other years," Tang says, looking out towards the walls. "It's my hypothesis that each attack will grow in intensity until we are routed from the planet or become the dominant species. With how difficult this year was on our food supplies, we certainly are entering this season at a disadvantage." I still don't know what kind of gift she likes. You spot Anemone talking to Vase. He smiles warmly and claps her on the shoulder, and she goes red, stammering out a goodbye as he walks away. "Oh, hey fish," she says when you approach. He frowns. "If you always knew the attacks were coming during Glow, why weren't you, Stratos, better prepared? That's just common sense." "I'm gonna punch you in your stupid boy face." Gate is closed. "I think I'm gonna go tend to the animals." There are only a few glowing plants in the garden, so in the dark of Glow you have to do a lot of outdoor work by lamplight. In the eerie not light, fertile earth dirt looks the same as Vertumnum dirt, so it's hard to see what you're doing. In the eerie not light. Tending the animals. Oof. Reposition my legs. Thank you, dear. Okay. Oops. There we go. There we go. Just enough. You wake up to the soothing sound of your dad's voice. Then you remember he's still gone. You wonder how long it will be before you stop expecting him to be here. You're lying in bed, staring at the wormhole through your window, when you hear a deep thump resonate through the ground. Then a second one, quieter. The woven roof of your room quivers, unleashing a season's worth of fine glowing dust to sift through the air. Through your open window, you hear voices sounding the alarm. The annual offensive is here, and leading the charge are two massive faceless. Hide inside.
Faceless, that's what they're called, yeah.
Just hearing people shouting about the faceless triggers panic. Your chest clenches, your guts roil, and you break out in a cold sweat. You're no use to anyone like this. Best to just stay inside. You pull the covers up over your head and try to calm down. Every so often, you hear more of those deep whomp noises and the zzz of plas rifles. They get louder, so close you can differentiate the massive footfalls of the creatures and what must be the helopause's explosives. The walls shake with the shock waves of the explosions. Then you hear a loud explosion, the loudest you've ever heard. Your entire room shakes, the floor and walls vibrating with massive shockwave that rips through your quarters. Then nothing. Silence. A few minutes later, your holopalm chimes an all clear message. You creep out to your balcony to survey the damage. People filter out of their hiding places, shielding their faces from the heat coming off the bonfire in the middle of the square. On the horizon, the first watery rays of quiet sunrise are struggling to make a dent in the hot orange glare. The colony's fire suppression system is turned on the square, revealing the charred corpses of the two faceless. Utopia walks by with a reclamation team, hauling an industrial plaza cutter off a hover lift. Did he use the minin explosives? Utopia says in awe. Mighty bold of him. Those things will blow a hole in a mountain, or a creature, I suppose, she says. Wish we could have saved them from mining. That must have been the last of them, and we sure can't make more. Then she and her crew are out of earshot as they pick their way down the blast crater to carve up the faceless for recycling. Fortunately, the colony was well defended. You and the other colonists have been fortifying the defenses, putting security above all else. Tonight's defense was still a resounding, if messy, success. But if Utopia is right, you don't have any more of those explosives now. You can't just nanoprint unstable molecules like that. What are you going to do during the next attack? That is an excellent question. Oh, my outfit changed and it's so cute!
Oh, you're an adult now.
It's adorable!
Which means...
Oh, fun. Oh, I'm so tall! Oh my god. Oh my hello. Oh my cow. You spot Cal headed toward the barns at the far end of the farms. Hey, you fish, he waves. What's going on? Oh, nothing, Cal sighs. Just thinking about, well... He trails off and steps his foot in the dirt. I guess it's not like you can get me in trouble now, so yeah, I used to have a pet. She was like a little pink caterpillar. I called her Socks. She lived in a trunk up in the storage barn. Nobody knew. I met Socks in my first month there. He scrubs the back of his arm over his face. But she didn't stay little forever. Eventually she got big, like real big. And I couldn't figure out what to feed her, so she ran away. Cal sighs and looks wistfully up at the sky. I just hope she's doing okay wherever she is. Oh my goodness, I love you. So attractive. Oh, Mommy Mars. So I guess we're really at war now, because I just tried to use my kudos to print a new hairband, and they told me that I can't, because I have enough hairbands already, and they have to save the nano printer for things that are important. Mars crosses her arms and stomps her foot. Hello, have you seen my hair? Accessories are important, okay? You look over Nomi's shoulder and see that they're drawing a whole page dedicated to native autumnal plants. They look up at you and rub their cheek with the edge of their pencil. I know we're supposed to believe in Governor Lum, they confess, but what if we accidentally hurt the planet? What if some of the super cool plants and animals die? They just look down at their page. I just think it'd be really sad if that happened. Ooh, I have enough creativity to make something with Nomi now. Nomi claps their hand in front of their face. I do, but it's been so hot on this planet, don't you think? You shrug. Sure, it's different than living on a climate-controlled spaceship, but you're kind of used to it by now. Nomi snaps their fingers. Wait, we should make something to stay cool. You and Nomi brainstorm all sorts of weird and wonderful ways to stay cool. Umbrella hats, sunglasses with funny shapes, giant vats of cooling goop, but it all seems too complicated. Eventually, you just end up doodling on some of Nomi's paper and folding it into paper fans. Sometimes, the best solutions are the most simple. They smile, fanning themselves with their new Turbo Girl Hyperjet Transform fan. Nomi, you are a treasure. Oh, hi. Over the years, a lot of people have started wearing a lot less clothing than you remember from when you were growing up on the climate-controlled stratospheric. Definitely a lot less than in the holovids you brought from Earth. Rex, though. Rex has really acclimated to Vertumnum's hot, sultry weather. Dude, put a shirt on. Take off your own shirt in solidarity. Or flirt with Rex, obviously. Rex throws his head back and laughs so loud that it echoes through the courtyard. He howls. You both giggle, then lock eyes for a few seconds that feel like literal months. Eventually, Rex fixes you with a fangy smile and scratches the back of his head. It does nice things to his whole chest, shoulder, bicep situation. So you like what you see, huh? He leans in, like sharing a secret. Me too, he whispers, then winks at you. Yummy.
Dog boy is interested.
Dog boy, Dog boy's always been interested. Oh my god, look at her. I don't like to think about the war, Tammy says, tucking a lock of hair behind her pointed ear. I'm not a soldier, you know? But everyone has to do what they can to pitch in, and what I can do is make sure the colony is running smoothly, so they have a colony to protect. You deserve a flower, my sweet. Tammy accepts the flower with a huge smile. Thank you so much, Fish. These are my absolute favorite, especially the yellow ones. You have something new to say. Tammy looks worried. She's hugging herself and pacing around. Every now and then, her attention turns sharply to the east wall. Are you okay, Tammy? She's relieved to see you. There's something out there, she says in a quiet voice. Lots of somethings. Outside the walls. I think they're far away, but I can hear them. What do they sound like? It's like... She struggles to describe the sound. Squeaking, super high-pitched, really long sounds, like metal or like a broken robovac scraping along the floor, only there are hundreds of them. You shudder at the thought. My dad said he picked these ears as my augmentation to keep me safe. His were the same, but they couldn't keep him safe, she sniffs. I'm scared. I hate my stupid ears. She bats at them with her fists, tears springing up into her eyes. Baby. It's okay to be scared. She gives you a long, searching look. No, it's not, she says, finally pouting. I don't want to be scared. It makes me unhappy, and that is not okay with me. Could be the bounce weasels. You tell Tammy about the tiny furry little creatures who live in trees. They're cute. They make loud screeching noises when they're hunting. You show her the recording you made on your holopalm. That's it, she yelps. You explain that bounce weasels are tiny and harmless, and that they hunt the big flying Dorbs moths who eat our crops, so they're helping keep us safe in a way. Tammy is so relieved to hear that they aren't dangerous. She wipes her eyes and smiles. You tell her she's lucky she has cool ears. Really? You think so? She lets you lean in close for a good look at her enormous elf-like ears. You wonder what it must be like to have such sensitive hearing. Can she hear the grass growing? Can she hear your heartbeat? I have an idea. You ask if she's considered noise-canceling sound. The subdermal jawbone conducting hair speak for her holopalm could be calibrated to dampen or block out certain frequencies. She takes a moment to parse what you're saying. Oh, wow. I never thought of that. I'll try it. I wonder if it'll still feel like me without my special hearing. You tell her that with her amazing hearing, she could be a great garrison lookout, or a musician, or a spy. She looks at you dubiously. I don't think I want to be any of those things, but thank you, she smiles. You're a good friend, Fish. She apologizes for crying, even though you've seen it many times. Tammy is such a caring girl. It's unfair she has to suffer from her sensitive hearing, but so sweet that she doesn't want to be a burden. She gives you a big, warm hug, and she says she's going to head inside, 'cause it's nice and quiet in there. You leave her rubbing one of her ears thoughtfully. Poor baby. Ooh, hello. Tang is sitting before an array of hollow screens, all showing different graphs. Making decisions based on the mistakes of the humans we purposefully left behind on Earth is foolishness, she says, between bites of her protein bar. We may as well ask the stars for guidance, like astrologers. No, I would not be taking questions at this time. I have a strange device for you. Tang shrugs. You should probably keep it. I don't even know what I'd do with it. When you insist that she keep it, she shrugs again. Sure, maybe I'll find a use for it. What a cute outfit she's in now. You catch Anemone scarfing down some rations outside the garrison. I took a nap during my lunch break and I ran out of time to eat, she says. Too much to do. Would you like these? Anemone looks at the offering. Thanks. Not really. Base is about 2 clicks removed from flat out ignoring you. Go bother Rex if you like him so much, he snaps. Just don't believe anything he says about me. You don't know the whole story. And he says you don't know the whole story, and he'll lie to anyone to make himself look good. I don't care about you all that much, buddy, so you have fun with that. We're the ones who don't belong here, Dis says. This whole war on nature, it's bullshit. You can't just grow up at a feast and then take the best food and take a dump on the table and not expect the people who were there first to not want to punch you in your stupid face. Nutmeg. Come on. Down, baby. You're not allowed up there, and you know it. Oh, well, I did not mean to do that. Whoops. Alright, what to do this month? Let's go tend the animals first. Is there anything back there? There is something back there. You're working with the bristlebugs this week. There's a whole herd of the slug seal porcupine beasts lumbering through the fields and rubbing against their scratching posts. You can walk right up to them, and they don't mind at all. You empty the berry catching buckets and sort through the berries, picking out loose stones and planting any that have sprouted. Those ones will grow into bristle slugs too, one day. It's not wet season, when they're fully bristled and cranky about territory, so everyone's playing nice. It's a nice, calm month of picking berries and scritching slugs. You spend some time playing with the cute bristle slug you found while foraging Emerald. She's looking bright-eyed and happy. You come back from lunch one day to find the door to the pen wide open. Whoops. You must have forgotten to lock it. Good thing bristle slugs don't tend to roam. You do a head count. 15, 16, 17. You do seem to be short one bristle slug. At least it's not Emerald. She's still relaxing in the pen, happily snoring away. Luckily, bristle slugs aren't very stealthy. There's a glistening slime trail leading towards the ruins of the stratospheric, decorated with little clusters of berries. You lock the gate and set off along the trail to find your wayward bristle slug. Track it down. You easily find the bristle slug. It's gotten itself wedged between two panels, scritching back and forth on the most perfect scratching situation possible. You laugh and fill your shirt with the berries like a bowl, then gently nudge it back towards the herd. It's slow going, but eventually everyone's back together again. Good work, Ranger. That was cute. I like that card.
Yeah, that's a fucking good one, yeah.
It's your 17th birthday. But it's not just your birthday. Quiet is a time of new growth, a celebration of life and hope, not just this year, but for humanity's presence on Rotumna for years to come. You and your friends are the symbol of that hope. Quite literally, you are the future of humanity. As you're all beginning to take your places as adults in the colony, the council has decided to throw you a party in your honor, the Vertumnum Youth Ball. Mars is organizing it, of course. You get an embossed invitation on real paper slipped under your door.
No dancing.
Party, party, party. It's party time. You slip into some party clothes and head over to the lounge to celebrate. Well, yourselves. And yourself. Specifically. It is your birthday after all. The lounge is all decked out. Decorations look expensive. Must have taken a lot of nanoprinter creds. Your friends are transformed too. Everyone is dressed up and looking like the young adults you're becoming. You can hardly recognize some of them. Mars catches your eye and waves, her bangles jingling joyfully. She looks like a model from her holomags, every inch of her primmed, painted, and perfumed. Fish, happy birthday! I'm glad you could make it, she says over the steady thrum of the music. Drinks are over there, make your song request congruence, and take off your shoes. You look down at your boots, then back up at Mars skeptically. She rolls her eyes and does a little bounce. Sock hop, just like Earth. Duh! At the refreshment table, Cal is stuffing his face with party food, and Rex shoves 2 glasses of punch in your hands. Gotta stay hydrated, he says, pouring himself another glass. We'll be sweating it out one way or another, he winks at you. Spicy. Don't let them fool you, Tangent mutters, joining you. She smears a glob of something pink and meaty looking on a cracker. It's a well-documented phenomenon that people inexperienced with imbibing alcohol will begin to act as if they're drunk, even if they're completely sober. To Rex, she adds, I mean, of course, that I am not going to suffer any bad behavior. Rex grins as he pulls a flask out of his vest and pours a healthy addition into his glass. Who says it's gonna be an act? Let's get a little loose. Come on, it's a party! The music changes to something with a fast pounding beat. Rex throws his head back and howls, Woohoo! It's time to dance! We're gonna go dance. You, Rex, and Mars take to the dance floor. After a while, Anemone follows, pulling bass behind her. You all dance until it feels like your heart is going to burst. I did not want him to join us. From excitement, from exertion, from the sheer joy of throwing yourself around the room with your friends. Nomi, who's playing DJ with Congruence, spins of something a lot slower, more romantic. Grab a partner and pull them in close, they announce dreamily, or whatever distance you both feel comfortable with. Everyone giggles awkwardly and shuffles around, feeling the intangible friction of teenage politics. Who dances with whom? Who makes the first move? I have Tammy and Tangent as my options. I said I was really close with Tammy.
You are very close to Tammy.
Me trying to get Tangent to dance.
Would you step in on what could possibly be a dance between Tammy and Tammy?
Absolutely not. I'm looking for Tangent. Either we're both dancing together or we're both not dancing together.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say, we're either dancing together or we're both not dancing together. That's the only options. And Tangent is already shaking her head as you approach her for a dance. Absolutely not, she says. I'm not going anywhere near that sweaty mess. Well, she didn't say she wouldn't dance. She resists you tugging her into a slow dancing position, but relaxes when she realizes you don't intend to take her away from the safety of the refreshment table. She dances with you a little mechanically, her nose turning more pink as the song goes on, and drops her arms immediately when it's done. You follow her gaze to the dance floor, where Anemone and Vase seem to have skipped dancing and gone straight to sucking face. Tang's lip curls. Ugh, thank you for not expecting me to do that. After the slow songs, Nomi spins Congruence's music library into something with a little more bounce to it. The dance floor once more floods with bodies ready to gyrate the night away. But the tunes are abruptly interrupted by Governor Lum's hearspeak hijacking the feed. He strides to the stage, flanked by Security Chief Rhett. Everyone on the dance floor whines in unison at having some buzzkill adult stop the music. But Lum just raises his hands and smiles indulgently. Look at all of you, he says. Young pioneers! I look at you and I see the future, not just of this colony, but all of humanity. You catch a few people rolling their eyes. You've heard this before. Rhett here, good man, a real good man, really the best of the colony, shared this poem from a great Earth poet, Lum continues. Now, I'm not one for poetry myself, but damn, it's not something I want to share with you kids tonight on the eve of something really big. He clears his throat and reads from his hollow palm. Sounds like Trump. We cannot tarry here. We must bear the brunt of danger. We the youthfuls and we races, all the rest on us depend. Down the edges, through the passes, up the mountains steep, conquering, holding, daring, venturing as we go, the unknown ways, pioneers, oh pioneers. We primeval forests felling, we the rivers stemming, vexing, and piercing deep the mines within, we the surface broad surveying, oh, we the virgin soil upheaving pioneers, oh pioneers. Rhett looks a little pained, but Lum continues. What do you think that poem means, kids? He asks. Does it mean we should sit here in our colony, politely waiting for this planet to make space for us? He clenches his fist evocatively in the air. No, he exclaims. It means we need to get out there. We need to grab Vertumna by the balls and make it respect us. Wow. If my earlier comment had no evidence, now it does. He points to you, specifically. I need you, the next generation, to lead the charge. This is your planet, and you're old enough now to defend it. I'm asking all eligible fighters to join squads massing at expeditions, to get out there and attack those monsters where they live. We're taking the fight to them. No more hiding behind our walls. To your left, Vase and Anemone lead the cheering that erupts. Lum and Rhett leave and the music spins back up again, but only a few die-hard partygoers still want to dance. Everyone else has broken into small groups to discuss the announcement. You are not happy. This is bullshit, Cal exclaims, causing a few heads to turn. They're not even going to try to figure out why the animals are attacking us. They're just going to kill, kill, kill. He waves his arms over his head. Aren't we supposed to be better than that? Dis clearly agrees, though much more quietly. They don't even know what's out there, he mutters. They have no idea what they're up against. The party fizzles out as everyone drifts away from the lounge. You return to your empty quarters, your birthday forgotten. You've always been told the colony was safe now. You know that time is over. Uh-oh. Hush, child. Cal and Rex are hanging out in the garden gazebo. You can hear their laughter echo through the garden long before you see them. Hey, fish, Cal calls out to you, and Rex lifts his hand in a jaunty wave. Rex told me he wanted my help burying his bone in the garden, but when we got here, he said he must have forgot it back in his room. Can you believe it? Rex shoots you a long-suffering look and rolls his eyes. Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
It took me a minute. You looked at me and I went, I'm missing something. You and Nomi are talking when they suddenly go quiet and look down at the ground. Seconds later, a couple of Helio soldiers walk past you, ignoring you and Nomi entirely. Nomi picks at the edge of their sweater. Sorry, they mutter. Sometimes it's just easier if everyone pretends they don't notice me. That's rude, and I don't like it. Rex is staring across the colony at the garrison, watching the soldiers go through their drills. Not so sure about this war, he says, scowling. Seems a little bit like a bunch of big dick soldiers got it in their heads to start killing things just because they don't look human enough. He sniffs and... Thank you. I'm more human than they are, and I'm part dog. Yeah, you are. I want to help you build something. Actually, I'm working on something right now, Rex says, producing a holo projector. It looks so familiar. Wait, it's the holo projector you used to watch vids on in the creche. It's been broken ever since the creche was destroyed. I was hoping you could help me fix this up. I want to have an outdoor movie nights. That's cool. You help Rex bring the holo projector back to life, then help him make an outdoor theater for it, complete with overhead lights and comfortable places to pile up your bedding. And Anne provides the snacks. Rex looks at it with pride. We just have to figure out what to play for our opening night. That's adorable. I don't think I have a stick to give him. No sticks. I gotta go find more sticks.
Just like the machine.
Hmm?
The machine thing.
Oh, I think Tangent likes it too. Excuse me. Tammy beams when she sees you, like there's nothing better in the world than the sight of your face. Happy birthday, fish, she exclaims. She comes in for her annual birthday hug, throwing her arms around you and giving you a great big squeeze. Here, I got you this. She steps back and reaches into one of the many deep pockets of her dress, producing a little paper box. I made you this, she laughs, opening it to reveal a little snack-sized cake. You take a bite. The cake is light and flavorful and drenched in sugar bug syrup. It's delicious. Thanks to the Helio's hydroponics and the help of some native local flora and fauna, Tammy's cooking ability has come a long way from dressing up soy rations. Tammy watches you eat the cake with a look of delighted satisfaction. You can share it if you want, she hints, smiling sweetly, if that would make you happy. I share it with her every year. Wait, what?
That you shared everything.
No. What did you have to say? So, we're at war then, Tang says, fiddling with her microscope. I'm of mixed feelings. First of all, nature has been at war with us since the day we landed, so if it takes an official declaration in order to secure more resources for engineering, I accept it. Welcome to the good fight, administration. She pulls back from the microscope and blinks, rubbing her eyes. On the other hand, it's ridiculous to declare war on the intangible enemy. One may as well declare war on aging. Download data for Sim. Sim asked you for data on human culture, television shows, music, books, things like that. You have unlimited access to Congruent's media archives through your holopalm, but for Sim, it will be a little more complicated. What? It's black. Okay. You'll need to find a physical storage unit with enough memory to contain a chunk of the holo archives. Ask Professor Hal for one. Physical storage media, eh? We don't use many of those, do we? He chuckles. Most everything's networked. He's happy to help, though, and tells you to come with him to his workshop where he repairs robots. He starts rummaging around in a desk, then another desk, then a footlocker, and a cabinet. He sticks his tongue through his teeth while he wriggles his arm all the way to the back of a set of drawers. What do you need it for, anyway? Your holopalm on the fritz? I can take a look at it for you. Ooh. You tell him that you're going to back up some special photos and vids on it, just in case the holonet goes down. Hal looks guiltily at Congruence's monitor, which is currently dark. Yeah, I don't like to think about it, but the old girl's gonna break down eventually, he says quietly, like she can hear. Not for a long while yet. Probably not until you've got grandbabies, but when she goes, no one's going to know how to fix her. Even I couldn't. I'm not ready to say goodbye yet, he continues. Not by a long shot, which is why I keep the robots going too, even the ones that were antiques when we left Earth. He hands you a tiny cylinder the size of your pinky finger. Well, here it is. You can plug it in here and copy whatever you need from the holonet onto it. I'll leave it to you. You start by carefully copying over your very favorite vids and games, then realize there is a ship-ton more room on this tiny device. You sweep in several thousand more vids as well as the entire contents of the school's Learningpedia. That should be enough for, well, a lifetime. You pull out the unit and admire it. It has a tiny holo projector at one end with a gesture sensor, like your holopalm. I guess I gotta go give that to Sim now, huh? Oh, hi. You're just so attractive. I don't care about you. I hate it here. I wish everyone was dead, then everything would be back to normal. You're not wrong. Expeditions. Let's go to the ridge. You report to the expedition's tent to find not just Utopia, but Security Chief Rhett and Vase as well. I just can't spare any more of my people, Utopia is explaining to them. You've already pulled almost all of the foragers, and we're already running skink crews in the ridge as it is. There's one person you can spare, Rhett replies, turning to face you. Hello, Fish. How'd you like to transfer into one of my hunting parties? Utopia tells me you're one of her best explorers. We could use someone like you. He indicates Vase. I need someone who can keep up with this one. Vase puffs his chest out proudly. Why do we need to kill them? Vase laughs. Because they're killing us, Fish. Keep up. He clenches his fist. It's the classic struggle between humanity and nature, he says. Nature's not all flowers and rainbows. On Earth, everything and everyone was trying to kill each other. For survival, for food, hell, even just for fun. I can't wait to bag a real trophy Xeno, he chuckles, framing his hands like a painting on a wall. The first 10-point buck on Vertumno. I don't want to kill animals for fun. Rhett scowls at Base. You won't be killing them for fun, you'll be killing them to defend the colony. Base rolls his eyes. It would never kill a living creature. Base scoffs. Even if it was trying to kill you, I knew you Strato kids were soft. I didn't know you were suicidal too. Not everyone's cut out for life or death situations, Rhett says, then turns to you. You know, Fish, it's not all killing, he continues. Sometimes it's about tracking and identifying dangerous creatures before they can reach our walls. You wouldn't necessarily have to kill them. He holds up his hand. But you don't have to decide just yet. Talk to Utopia later if you change your mind. No, not gonna happen. I'm not gonna be no fucking warmonger. Piss off, Cal, and this? No thank you. Make friends with Vase? No thank you. You're trudging along when suddenly you're buffeted by a hot wind. Not like a very hot wind, lethally hot. Ridges are already breaking, but all of a sudden it feels like you're trapped in a nuclear reactor. Your skin dries out and your lips begin to crack. Your eyeballs feel like sandpaper. You hope that you'll be able to pass through this scorching aura, but the wind keeps getting hotter and hotter. You try to turn back, but you realize it's far too late. You're so thirsty. Your vision is blurring. There's a ringing in your head. You pass out. Whoops. Beans. You wake up 100 meters past the anomaly with Sim sitting beside you. Oven traps, he says, squeezing cool juice from a spiky plant onto your forehead. The Convergent Domain uses them to hunt around here. Years and years ago, kill and cook your food all at once. Very convenient. They're ancient, but some still work, much like myself. He offers you the rest of the juice from the plant. You're so dehydrated. It may be the best juice you've ever tasted. You thank him for his help and make a mental note to avoid these from now on. I didn't get to give him the data I found. You have to find him at the end of the... let's go this way. You are getting thirsty. You feel for your backpack canteen, but it's missing. Somehow you lost it since you left this morning, and you are all out of drinking water. The suns are high and hot in the sky, making the groundwater waver with heat haze mirages. Your mouth feels dry, so dry, and your head is starting to ache. You're pretty far from the outpost. You could make it back, but that'd be it for this expedition. You'd have to go home. Resumption challenge. I'm sure there's water somewhere out in this blazing desert heat. Oh, this sucks. It's a little better. I can't put those down. I did. I don't know. There's no natural water around, but in your search, you turn up your lost canteen. Wow, that was lucky. Thank God. Oh. I must be going home soon. You find your way blocked by a massive wall. No, a hollow pillar. Knocked over and lying on its side in the sand. Oh, we've already read this one. Ooh. Why is it -4?
Because the card becomes free.
Oh. That makes... I didn't see that.
And if you want to put that
Blue on. Ah. That makes more sense. Let's do the last card. Da-da-da. So 2, 4, 5. Well, not that one. That one. Oh, it just becomes 3, so 2 to last card doesn't really matter. It's okay. I only need 25 on this one. Oh, yes. Give me that. Actually, I don't need to put you... Oh, fudge, I can't make this... Okay, that's annoying. That's fine. We'll go... 2, 3, 4, so we'll put... Oops. You there. I'm gonna put you there. Actually put you there. Huh. You find more scraps of convergent domain writing and technology. You document everything and bring it back to Utopia. You're too worn out and tired to continue. You have to go home now.
Yeah, when you started that one, I was like, oh.
Oh, I knew it. Yeah, I knew that was gonna be the last one. I do that when I'm out on expeditions. And I can just go take a nice, relaxing nap as soon as I make sure there's nothing to pick up on the ground. I don't think so. I think the stuff on the ground and like dialogue options, unless something specific happens, doesn't change unless the season does. Sometimes there's stuff in this back corner though. Nope, not today. Time to relax. You nestle in the cushions, close your eyes, and listen to music. You have an archive of over 100 years of music to choose from, but still, you wonder what new songs they're writing these days, 10 million light years away on Earth. The only new music you've heard is when the adults have come up with new space shanty. It's nice, good music for harmonizing with your friends as you work, but it's not really something you want in your ears all the time. Early pollen. That's... Yes, it is. Early pollen is Rex. I think. I always forget. Yeah! Yeah, Sika's still around. Oh, that's tangent. Rex. Early pollen. And I don't think I have a cake. Oh, I do. Cal is holding an ice pack to his face. Hey, fish, he greets you, giving you a half-hearted wave. Don't worry, he says, indicating a swelling scrape across his cheek. Kinda weird how me and Rex get so clumsy around the Helio kids, huh? He gives you a significant look. Clumsy. Tammy is working on something that involves a lot of yarn and shiny beads. She looks up and gives you a tired smile. Hello, fish. How nice to see you. Tang is pouring something from a... I can't say that word. Carafe. That could only be strong black coffee from the bitter scent. It was bracing at first, Tang concedes, but now I've endured it long enough that it's begun to feel pleasant, almost calming. She regards the carafe with something like fondness. As I require little sleep, I doubt I will become dependent on it. Addiction runs in my family, you know. And this, though, is an indulgence I can allow myself. Whatever you say, Boo. Egg. Eggy. I don't even want to talk to you. Anemone is smiling at her holopalm and waves away a hollow message as you approach. I don't think I've ever talked to anyone as much as I talk to Vase. I feel like I can talk to him about anything, you know? Honey, you're making it very hard for me to continue liking you. You gotta not do that anymore, babe. You catch Dis on a ridge overlooking the wilderness, bobbing his head along to something, playing through his earspeak. He doesn't notice you walk up. He jumps when you tap him on the shoulder and scrambles to turn off his holopalm. Don't sneak up on me like that, he grumbles, then flops back on the grass to look up at you. Man, I was just getting to the good part of the song. What are you listening to? Dis looks away. Just some old music from Earth. You probably wouldn't like it. Try me. You sit down beside Dis and extend your hand to link your holopalms. Dis stares at you for a few seconds before pressing his palm to yours, and music floods your brain through your earspeak. Dis takes his hand back and weaves his fingers together timid. I've listened to a lot of Earth music, he says. Do you like it? He asks. Dis cracks a smile, relieved. Good, he says. It's my favorite right now. I always listen to the same album on repeat. It's comfort music. I really like her voice. He stares into his lap. Sometimes I feel like the lyrics are about me, he admits. They're just so deep. Like my soul really gets this kind of music. But don't tell anyone, okay? It makes me feel better, thinking that someone knows my pain, even if it's just a dead Earth woman. Sounds deep, man. Dis nods and closes his eyes. Yeah, he replies. I have a lot of time to think. Not like everyone else here. You lie back in the grass and listen to Dis's music for a while. You and Dis lie in the grass and listen to music, trading different songs back and forth until dark. Then the bell rings to close the gates for the night. What time is it? Maybe time to take a break. Take it off, right? Right, so I've got 30 minutes. I think we're gonna end the stream here, and I will pick up again when I come back for the rest of Sleepy Time stream, and then I will stitch them together for a YouTube video if I can figure out how to do that. That is where we're going to call it for now. I will probably be back Ben doesn't get off till 3:30, so probably 2 hours. 2 hours.